Oh, okay, great. Thanks for the feedback. Now I can do the whole intro again. I was like talking for. All right, I'll start from the beginning. So Abacreates, hello to you. Krishu, hello. Cannonplug, hello. Adam, hello to you. Mark, good evening. Flygon, Flying Wolf, good evening. You're back again. Aussie, hello. Cookie, hello. Bob, hey Bob, where are you at the moment? Love to hear from you. Voyager, moin moin. Luke, hello, hello. And on YouTube, hello to Skysailor, Bodo, Turbine Studios, Holger, moin moin. And thanks Turbine for the kind words. Happy to hear that you love the music choice. Guys, okay, we are back in the FSLabs A321. And yes, it has been released, right? Hello Lilienthal, nice to see you. And Arzt ohne Grenzen, servus, nice to see you too. Right, so Nate Flies, hello, Gude. Yeah, Nate, thanks for the tip regarding the white dot. Sorry, not the blue, the white dot. Yeah, I fixed that. Thank you so much for that. Kilo Skies, hey, nice to see you too. Kilo, how are you? Long time no see, right? Kilo? When's the last time we said hello here? Lovely to see you, Kilo Skies. I hope you're doing well. Serdahan, hello to you. Right, I was just saying the FSLabs 321 has been released. And it's been a fairly quiet release. I haven't heard many complaints. I've actually heard a couple of people telling or saying or agreeing with me that the flight model in the FSLabs here is excellent. And that they are also, you know, well, they're agreeing that the Phoenix visuals are a tad better, but that the FSLabs aren't bad. So, really, Kilos guys, you were here? Did you say hello? I'm confused because I know you've been in and out from time to time, but have you really been here for the last couple of streams? Interesting. He did. Okay. And Bob, what do you mean forever alone? Bob, come on. Right, yeah, so apparently it was a fairly quiet release, meaning that it seems like the add-on works nicely. The only issues I've heard from is people not quite understanding how to start and or start the EFB. Thank you much, Luke. Yeah, I had the same feeling, Luke, exactly that. It brought back good memories from P3D, yeah. Oh, Esahan, thank you so much. Thank you. Right. And Kilos, guys, you've got your typewriting coming up in February, and after three months you're finished. But unfortunately, as you probably know, we have no job perspective. Really? Okay. Kilos, guys, can we maybe hook up again on you know, DM at some time? I'd love to talk to you, talk about perspectives. Cool. Things I haven't figured. What do you mean? Here's a click spot. There's a click spot there. How to move that? Hey Lilo, good evening. Yeah, so it's a right click, guys. So to start the EFB, it's right click and hold on the mouse button, and just be patient. Wait for 5 to 10 minutes, and then it will come on. You see. Now, if it doesn't come on, maybe it's discharged. So maybe you have to just... Krishu, no worries, no worries. Yeah, you just have to, you know, wait a few minutes until the iPad starts to charge up. And then it's fine. Right, also, I just put 0000. Oh, okay, that was a joke. Cool. All right, so let's take a quick seat in our captain seat here, and we can see, so we're still on our airframe that we've been flying for the last flight. So today we're on flight number 5. This one was the test flight with the developer stream from Athens down to Cyprus, Larnaca, so that doesn't count. But Yeah, 4 legs, and I am happy with the landings. We've been treating the 321 well. So off we go now to the... Oh, I love the fact, this is also cool. It records if you've done a flap 3 or flap full landing. So I don't know why. Usually I do tend to take the flaps 3, but I can see at the moment, well, I've got more flaps full. So we'll check today how the conditions are in Bergen, and then we'll see if we can do a flap 3 there today. Iowa Scotsman, hello to you, and Mark, thanks for the shout out. Cool. So as we have been using this airframe for a while, we know that we do have some MEL items. So this has been in the last time. We've had the QRR maintenance message on the status page as well. That was also on the last flight. It still has a couple of days until expiry. Now this one is new. This is a new one. So we have a forward left door proximity sensor fold. And it's a category C, so 10 days until it has to be fixed. And so forward left cabin door proximity sensor fold. The door indicates open in the cockpit. Sliding arming is operative. Level 1 and raised and spares ordered. Dispatched in accordance with MEL. I'm going to check that MEL in a minute. And there's an ops procedure there as well. So we have to have a look into the MEL, see what the ops procedure means for us, what we have to do. Now, if we go into the status page, here it only shows the maintenance QER message. That will disappear after engine start. And the door page, yeah, it shows this actually, it may be open actually, I don't know. So we'll get things rolling. But this will be quite a nuisance, and so I guess that's why we do have an operating procedure for that. Is there a click spot to make the EFB appear? What you mean? Honestly, the way that I've done it, so that I don't have a performance hit, is I just double click the EFB browser, and that way I get the browser window. And you can put that on a second monitor if you want. The only thing you can do, so if you want to, is that because you want to, type in things from your EFB? Yeah. Don't mess with the iPad in. Hey Crytek, nice to see you. So what you can do is go right Alt, and on that white button there, right Alt. Let me just zoom in here. So right Alt. On that white button there, not on the display, because then only the display pops out. You don't want that. So Alt right on that white dot, and there your EFB, the MCU pops out. So that way, what you can do is you can then take this.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Twitch channel subscriber experience. Could new subscribers please make your way to the first class cabin, where complimentary drinks, snacks and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
Hey Addons, thank you so much.
Greetings from Madeira.
Oh, no way. Oh yes, you did tell us, didn't you, that you're flying to Madeira. Addons, how is it? How's your holiday there? Hope you have good weather. And thank you so much for the 29 months. Greetings. And sorry, Swiss Pit. Grüezi wohl. Swiss Pit, I think you're going to be excited about the release in Microsoft 2024, Zurich Airport, right? And Kontos, guten Abend. Yeah, I think you're going to be happy with that one, right? So, get rid of that for now.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Twitch channel subscriber experience. Could new subscribers please make your way to the first class cabin, where complimentary drinks, snacks and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
Good evening at Black Box 711 and chat.
Avenger, thank you for the 66 months. Good God, that's also a long time. I will give you a big round of applause for that. Thank you, Avenger, and also thank you for your continued support. You've been so generous on the channel. Thank you so much, Avenger. All right, so let's have a look at the MEL. So that's 520701 Alpha. 520701. So we got MEL list mail items. So 57. So no, that's indicate. Hang on, what was that? Doors, right? 52. Man, those numbers. I get distracted. Hang on. So that was that is 5207. So 520701 Alpha. And this is just like in real life. You've got to be so careful that you don't, you don't slip the number and you get into the wrong MEL item. So then there's the weather as well. I don't want to complain, but next time was in the early summer. Yeah, that's what we thought as well. You, just go to Finnish Airport, do some spotting. Nice. Well, I hope they have some good food as well. That's what I like about holidays, good food. Hey, Phuket, good evening. Thank you much, Phuket, for the feedback. Guys, for those that have bought the FSLabs, how's the performance? Does it compare to what I found? I mean, I have a very strong system, but I found the performance is pretty much on par with the Phoenix. So, oh, sorry, Avenger, 78 months. My apologies. So even longer, Avenger. Thank you so much. Yeah, that was a hiccup with back then with Twitch and YouTube. Thank you so much, Avenger. Once again, thank you for your long-term support. Roy, hello to you. Another quick word. If I have difficulty finding some words sometimes, or concentrating, I'm on a fast again. So those that have been following my channel for a long time know that I'm regularly fasting, and literally twice a year. And so I'm on day 3 right now with my fast. Excuses. Yeah, true. But good excuse though. I mean, so yeah. Give me a second sometimes if I'm lost for words, all right? Is the Neo on short final? I don't know. I don't know. Again, I'm not a developer for FSLabs, right? So again, they have been kind enough to give me a pre-release copy to stream it and to have the developers on answer some questions. And I have given them feedback, of course, regarding any things I find, bugs or so, and then. Otherwise, I have no idea when these add-ons will come out. Really? Okay, book it. Performance for you is better than the Phoenix. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. And never be lost for words. well, I got to keep talking, haven't I? Here, so. Okay, Jan. Did you forward that, Jan? Hello to you. Did you forward that to FSLabs? I think that's very important. And Gilend, bonsoir, monsieur. Ça va? Hope you're doing fine. Food is great, fantastic. Yeah, the traditional. Man, I need to go to Madeira as well sometime. What are the plans for releasing for? I have no idea, Crytek, again. I don't know when they are, so the plan is Microsoft 2020. They're working on a Neo, and then whenever Microsoft Nasobu gets their SDK working and their debugger working properly, then they will scramble to get this add-on out for 2024. To be honest, right now I'm not that sad that this isn't available in Microsoft 2024 just yet. Reason being is that a lot of add-ons, especially things like airport add-ons, still don't work. So. I'd rather just wait until we get some more, add-ons working there in 2024 before making that big leap. One more, Felix. I disagree. I mean, you can have your opinion, but I think you get your opinion from Reddit and some weird posts that don't reflect the complete truth. Personally, I have a personal contact at FSLabs, and I know the whole truth. So allow me to have my own opinion about these things. So there we go.
Could new subscribers please make your way to the first class cabin?
Yeah, so
where
Jan, thanks for the
complimentary
tip
drinks,
regarding
snacks,
the
and premium flight entertainment will be served.
Thank
you.
print menu. Okay, we'll try not to print
Hey
stuff.
there.
Hey.
Happy to have been part of this for 6 months already. Really excited for the future, only have time for this right now though.
Hey, Nanook, thank you so much for the 6, or I think it's longer than that, 6. Thank you so much, Nanook. Thank you so much, Nanook. Lovely, and thanks for the words. Airbus broker, we bought the FSLabs and currently getting used to the new cockpit control as a different to the other aircraft. Well, I hope that you get used to it fast. Oh, really? Hang on. Hang on. There was an update today. So if you if you click on line select key 1 change the cockpit view. Maybe the update that I just pulled fixed this. I don't know, because they are very, very fast in fixing the issues. Adam, my pleasure. My pleasure as always. That's that's what my main reason is to stream. So yeah, I definitely want to help flight simmers, the dedicated flight simmers, to improve on their flying and their understanding regarding these systems and these aircraft. So it's my pleasure, and thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Do you also get pop print when using? Sometimes, Kalium. I think it happens when you do right click or something. This one, right? Yeah. So don't right click. And if it does come up, just go in the window again, press left click. It disappears. Can you tell us the sensitivity curves? If you go into the manual and look at the sensitivity curves there, you will find them, and those are the ones I'm using. Right. Okay, cool. So we've just been talking about the MEL items. So that was this one, 520701 alpha, and then check of associated door and C repair intervals. So we have a C interval, so that means 10 days, beginning the day after of the finding. We have 4 sensors installed, so 4 big door sensors installed. None are required, however. And a placket is also not required here. And Kavok simulations, hello. Right, so now we get to the O. So whenever you see O, there is an operating procedure. So there's an explanation usually with an MEL item. The reason being is that whenever you have an MEL item, it can be quite complicated. So this tries to give you some more background information. Because the pilot is not expected to know every little system into absolute detail. So, detail regarding like an engineer has to know. But let's have a look at what it says here. So 1 or more may be permanently indicated open when actually closed, provided that 1. The associated door is visually checked to be closed and locked before each flight. So the flight attendants have a door handle which they put to the locked position. Then there is also an indicator saying locked or unlocked, or locked or open or something. And that indicator has to be checked by the flight attendants visually. If we were doing a ferry flight without flight attendants, we would check that ourselves. And I've done that many, many times. Well, many. I mean, I've had maybe 15 ferry flights in my life. So yeah, but I do have to check that. Okay, so then the white slide armed light on the associated door does not come on when the door is closed and locked. And the sliding arming lever is in the armed position. So that's one thing you have to tell your flight attendants hey guys, be aware, door 1 left. When you arm the door, you have to visually check it's locked. However, the slide armed light will not illuminate. Now for us, the crew operating procedure is 570701 alpha, and we have a quick link for that. So when it highlights in amber, just click on that. It will jump you to the correct item. So 520701 alpha, general information. If cabin doors are affected, which they are today, the time recorded on the ACARS movement report may be wrong. So this is something I think more for the real-world simulation of real-world flying, is that yeah, we have to check that we've got the right off-block times and so on. That is linked. So the ACARS off-block, on-block times are linked to cabin doors. All right. HT320, hello to you. So therefore, the off-block times are potentially corrupted, and the crew is required to note the actual off-block time, airborne landing, and on-block time on the OFP. There we go. So that's what we would have to do. Right, then, after engine start, and this is something we will have to remember, after engine start, in case the false door alert, so in case of the false door alert, emergency cancel push button press. Note, the limitation max flight level 100 Miyamura remains displayed on the status display page. So what does that mean? So it means that once we have the engine started, what we'll do, and that message pops up, we'll go and press emergency cancel. Now that will put the caution message into the cellar, as we say. So it puts it down here. It will say emergency cancel and then the item that we cancelled. So it will not pop up all the time and give us these nuisance warnings or cautions. So that's what we'll do after start. Hope I remember. Yeah, Dennis, yeah, it's true. So then, before takeoff, the takeoff config push button must be maintained pressed to check that there is no alert. So takeoff config push button press. In the takeoff memo, the takeoff config normal line will not replace the takeoff config test line. Okay, so this means that the blue takeoff config test line does remain. But that's why we keep that pressed. And if there are any warnings regarding the doors and so on, it will pop up then. So consider normal configuration for takeoff, provided that no alert was displayed during the takeoff config test. Cool. All right. So we remember that. And that's that. So just checking there's no more other issues we have. Okay, I think today on this flight, I don't see any issues why we should not be accepting the aircraft. So I would now accept the aircraft and take over responsibility from it. So that means let's get started on the flight planning here. Although over the panel, real quickly, so I've already set the ADIRs to on. That is set. That's that. That is good. Let's do a quick. Down that up to 5,000 initially. The QNH is round about. We'll check that later again, but it's a high pressure area, so 1030. Here in Gothenborg. We do have tower, so if anybody wants to fly along, you can see it's busy here. So we have tower, we have ATIS and so on. We have DCL as well, which is great. Cool. So we have set the init in here. Let's do OFP data. Let's request the fuel. And that's going to be departing, let's say 12:50. I know I'm not in real time, but again, I want to show you guys some of the scenery, so let's send that off. Let's get the fuel truck rolling.
Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
Good. On this page, what we will do is, let me just pop that out again, and then we'll have a look at the EFB. So flight planning, briefing, real quickly. So we are flying Gothenborg to Bergen. We have a headwind component minus 44, 3 tons average fuel flow, cost index 5. Expecting a departure from runway 03, Sabak 3 Mike, flight time, so flight level 360, flight time 54 minutes, alternate is Stavanger, and we have 1.3 tons alternate fuel for Stavanger. That brings a total takeoff fuel of 6.6 tons, 300 kilograms taxi fuel, so 6.9 should be block fuel. Let's check the weather real quickly. So we have here 050 at 5, 6 kilometers, a little bit misty, overcast 300, minus 1 degree. So we may have to de-ice. We'll check again with that in a minute. But yeah, maybe we're going to de-ice the aircraft. And then prop 40, yeah, in our time frame, 300 meters freezing fog. And yeah, so that's not the best weather, but it could be worse. All right, it could be snowing, so I'm not complaining. Bergen, Flesland, we have vicinity fog, also interesting, right? So few 300, scattered 1500, and yeah, little wind, very little wind. So that means prop 40 tempo, we may get fog. Oh, okay, so Jeffrey, try to reinstall in that case, or reload the aircraft. Try reloading the aircraft, so go back to the main menu, try to reload. If that doesn't work, and you have the issue continuously, then you may have to reinstall. Right. There's an option in the MCDU? What? Hang on. Jeffrey, wait. What do you mean? There's an option for the EFB? Where? Really? Huh? When did that? When? Okay, so Jeffrey, wait a second, please, because we may have under options. Hang on, where? So where is it? FCU EFIS? No, where would I find that? Various? Various second page. Hang on. I didn't see there was a second page. Man, they changed so many things here. Oh, you're right. There we go. So Jeffrey, have a look here. Nanook, found some time. Fantastic. Another streamer just found it. Perfect. Thanks for the Mr. Zen. Oh, sorry, Mr. Zeon. Thank you so much for your input here. Fantastic. I did not see that yet. So you can install DDRMI, the satellite dome here, the VC EFB. So maybe, Jeffrey, yeah, have a look if that's there. Normally it would be installed, but I'm a bit curious why it wouldn't be installed for you there. But have a look there first of all, okay? Before you reinstall anything, have a look there. Cool. So we have a little bit of fog potentially. Yeah, I hope that helps. Yeah. So not the nicest weather in Bergen. We're gonna have to monitor that. We'll check what they have available at Bergen, and so the alternate Stavanger. That's important. Now, interesting. Today it did put in a departure alternate because it expects fog. So it may have fog at the departure, and so then when you can't do a Cat 3 dual landing anymore. So if the visibility gets so bad that you can't land Cat 3 dual, then you can't land Cat 3 single, then you would have to have a departure alt airport, but I don't think that's necessary. Anyways, Stavanger is also going to have fog. Now this is, well, it's prop 40. I did take some extra because of the weather. I took about 25 minutes extra fuel, but we have to be alert today, guys, because again, fog means threats, and threats means we have to increase our final reserve to 45 minutes when we approach the destination. So we need to keep an eye on that. Yeah, so the airline pack is the announcements, Airbus broker. Yeah, exactly, Mark, yeah. So you have, you have dedicated airline announcements, those that are available. Cool. Right, RAIM. Let's quickly just check the RAIMs. No outages, no outages, no outages. That's important for us. So GPS seems to be working well today. Here's the profile. Here's the flight routing. Gothenborg to Bergen. A little bit headwind. Let's check SIGMETs, clouds, but nothing really, no turbulence there. So I'm happy with that. Cool. How's the fueling going? There's the fueling. Let me just get rid of that. They are still fueling. Fantastic. Cannon plugs. I think so, because I installed the Lufthansa livery and the Lufthansa pack, and it had a Lufthansa EFB background, yeah. But I haven't checked anything else, so 6.9, about a ton more. And so I'm going to enter the expected zero fuel weight, which is 66.8 in here. Block fuel, I expect 6.9. And the alternate fuel we said it was about 1.3. Now, it does show a little bit more fuel, doesn't it? However, that's because we haven't uploaded the wind yet. So let's implement or upload the wind data, and then our extra fuel will definitely decrease. Although disregard already has an average of headwind 44, disregard. So 1.3 Stärke. We'll see. We'll see. I have a feeling that's not 100% accurate there. Josh, hello to you. I'm doing well. How are you, Josh? Dankeschön. Jan, I have the same feeling. Yeah, so Josh, I do hope you no, I don't get any money from them, no. But Josh, I hope you are enjoying the FSLabs. If you have any questions, post them here. Nate, during cruise, would you talk a little bit about anti-ice conditions during different stages of flight? Now that, yes, of course, yeah, absolutely, yeah, Nate, we'll do that. We'll cover that. Nate, remind me if I tend to forget, okay? So remind me, give me a little shove during the flight, and then I'll try to get that right. Let's get boarding going, shall we? So boarding request, board now. Let's do that. Right, let me also open the lines here.
Boarding requested.
So the thing is that I guess because I was using the FSLabs and P3D so much. Hey TV, nice to see you. I think that's why I kind of have more connection to FSLabs compared to the Phoenix. So Phoenix is also a very fine add-on. For me, however, I'm so happy to have this here now in Microsoft Flight Sim, because like we've seen, it just integrates everything so nicely, including GSX, right? So it's just a lot more real life. It means you can pretend, or you can get immersed, with regards to real world flying a lot into more, at least more detail. So. At JAME, one of the big aspects, and I think this has been confirmed by quite a number of people now, is the flight model. The flight model here, if you really care for the flight model, it's much better here compared to the Phoenix. And also, if you want to have more features, real-world features, things like icing, some other effects, icing affecting engine performance, flight performance, the technical logbook that you have to consider as well. So there's a couple of things in here that, you know, if you don't care about them, well, then you're fine with Phoenix, right? So don't worry about it. You know, I don't want this to be a competition. And FSLabs have said that as well. They want to make a product that is, you know, close to reality. Yeah, kind of plug. I think so too. Right, fuel thing will send off now. So the thing is, for me, I get transported back in time to my real world flying with the Airbus. So all of the systems, and I mean, I helped. I was a technical advisor back then, so I did help with the menus, with the EFB stuff back then. So, you know, this is just like, it just brings back good memories, right? Yeah, so Josh, it's the comma key by default. However, if you go to Phoenix options, let's have a look. No, it's not in here anymore. So the comma key is the standard key bind for activating and deactivating the tiller. No. Yeah, Mark, me too. So if you go to options, so controls, rudder pedals, there you have that option in the rudder pedals, right? So so the sticky, if you put that to on with the sticky, it's a toggle on the comma key. And actually, you know what? Maybe I will do that, because that will help me with the sticky. All right, I'll try that today. Yeah, we'll try that. We'll see how that works. Cool. In the meantime, let me go ahead and get our clearance before we enter the departure routing. So I'm going to go ahead and get the departure ATIS first of all. This should be popping up in a few seconds. Yeah, so this is now sticky, yeah, pedal disconnect. So that's what it does. That's what the key, so now look, now I'm pressing the comma key. Yeah, and you can click this in VC. Yeah, that's true. So we have Gothenborg, ATIS information, Juliet, ILS, 03 in use, 5, wet runway, 100% wet, chemically treated, transition level 60, wind 050 at 4, 3.5 kilometers, mist, cloud, overcast 300, temperature -2, QNH 1030. So Juliet information, let's try that. ATC request, pre-departure clearance, windmill 711 again, information Juliet, stand number, let's look at the window, it is stand 16 it says there. So we'll enter 16. And A321, Bergen, fantastic, let's send that off. And guys, contrary to the, I think the Phoenix, it does not appear here. In Europe, you will receive your clearance via the MCDU and not so via the ACAS system. So here on the received messages, not through this DCDU. Very important. 10, fantastic. And so, oh, what is not online? Have they logged off? No, hang on. It's Echo Sierra Golf Golf. All right, then let's contact. Yeah, Josh, but don't press it right now. Apparently, there's a little bug with the print message. Yeah, you can have external printers, or you can have a push notification to your phone or your iPad. Hey Ted, guten Abend, wie geht's? So textures, I would say Phoenix is still a tad better, but they have improved the textures greatly here in the FSLabs, and they still continue to do so over the next weeks and months. So, but for me personally, perfectly happy with it. I mean, it's always a little bit of a balance act between performance and detail.
Enabling all remaining customers to Your seatbelt can now be fastened ready for departure. This is a no smoking zone.
So wind data is uplinked. Let me just check the wind data in here. Yeah, cruise wind. Oh, hang on. It's such a short cruise. Okay, it doesn't have cruise winds for today. Okay, short flight time. I want to try one more time to see if we can get a clearance. I'm not giving up that easily. Pre-departure clearance. Maybe they're watching the stream and have switched it on now. So 16. Let's try that again. So, okay, so they're not online. Okay, then we'll try that. 12168. So we are expecting to set the push to talk button. So we're expecting Sabak mic. Let's go here. Departure 03. Ladfetta Ground. Good evening to you from Windmill 711. Stand 16. Information Juliet. Requesting clearance, please.
Windmill 711. Hello, Lambertet clearance delivery. Cleared Bergen. Sabak 3 mic departure 5000 feet. Squawk 5342. Information Kilo valid. QNH 1030.
Okay, we'll check information Kilo. QNH 1030 is copied. Cleared to Bergen via the Sabak 3 mic departure. Runway 03, climb initially 5000 and the Squawk 5342. Windmill 711.
Windmill 711, read back correct.
Well, there we go.
Wizz Air 41 Victor Echo, radio check.
Wizz Air 41 Victor Echo.
Josh,
Hello,
normally,
Lambertet clearance delivery, radio 5.
Normally, yes, they would release more, but there's also usually on the forums, you will see more and more people bring out their own packs, which you can include then in the CC, I think. Yeah, so Mr. Zeon, you can actually use, let's say, a tablet and use that to externally, use it with the MCU, for example. Hey, Peter, good Abend, wie geht's? How was your gig? Mr. President, good evening to you as well. Jamie, hello. Do we know anything, Jamie? I don't know anything that you, potentially would have been reading. So my knowledge is no greater than anyone else's that reads up on the development status.
Ready to copy clearance to Gdansk Airport as filed.
So let me have a look here quickly. Whether so the wind, it was calm. So we expect 3.5. Now let me have a quick look here. What they have for the approach capability. So it looks like if we have Cat 3 conditions, we're going to have to fly it on the 17. It's been a busy weekend with the band. I hope I had some good weather there. Right, so I think if we do get fog, they will revert to runway 17. At the moment, yeah, let me enter that, right? ILS, is it whiskey? ILS whiskey 17 for the, and it's only Cat 2 actually. They don't have Cat 3. So the lowest we're going to go is 105 feet radar altitude. How can we see my flight plan? I will have to post that to you. There is currently no working command, unfortunately. So let me just have a look here. So that's what we're flying today. Hey, Yonex. So Yonex, I'm a bit surprised that it wasn't automatically activated, but it does make sense to have a look into the settings. So for the EFB, as I've just found out as well, you go into options. So page 2, various, and there on the second page. Which streamer was that? Just out of interest. Who was streaming the FSLabs back then? Josh, my pleasure, Josh. Thank you for your support. Grey weather, very cold for the fingers. Oh, I feel for you. I feel for you. I can imagine that. So we're going to go with whiskey, and the arrival was the Pesor arrival. So let's have a quick look. So that is... Let's look for the pinned messages. Well, that is for 3.5 though. I also want to have the star for the northern runway. So that's 3 November, if I'm not mistaken. Ah, okay, Yonex, yeah. Yeah, I just heard someone was found that option, so that's the based on 3 November. Approach via Gilva. That's fine. So let's go back, insert that. Have a quick look at the routing. Make sure there's no discontinuities. Fantastic. Excellent. Right. Pop that out quickly for the cross-check for the departure routing. So we have pinned messages here. The Sabak 3 Mike departure. It's a bit bigger here. So initial climb 5,000. Then we have the climb on 022 track to Golf 401 overfly. 900 feet minimum. Golf 901. So it's a left turn 901. Then 902. Then Sabak. And that's for the ANAF. Fantastic. So that's all correctly programmed. Happy with that. Climbing 5,000 is set. Hey Florian, wie geht's? Do I have a coupon code? No. You mean a discount code? No, I'm afraid not. Sorry. Cool. For the ACARS load sheet, let's have a quick look here. So we got a message there, ACARS load sheet. So that's the final load sheet, 66.8 and 28.5. So 66.8, 20.5. Oops. Slash 28.5. Block fuel 6.9. Fantastic. Correct. Hey Thomas, Abend. I mean, yeah. I mean, Florian, is a good question. I have to agree. It was a good question. So it would be silly to order the FSLabs and, you know, missing the fact that I offer, or if I had offered coupon codes. So yeah, the question is totally legit. You know, don't get me wrong. So fuel tank 6.9, that's all correct. Let's reply, accept that. Performance takeoff. Hey Corey, congratulations, aboard the 321. It gives an error while installing the launcher. Can I look at install? Yeah, so Corey, for some reason, a number of people have reported this. It seems like that the installer doesn't find your Microsoft Flight Sim. Have a look, if you can, have a look at the FSLabs forum. If there is a help for that. If not, open the ticket there with the developers. Yeah, Flo, I agree. Same for me. So 73.6, is that correct? 73.6, looking good. We have anti-ice, engine anti-ice on. Although, I mean, we may have icing. It's overcast 300, so I'm going to go engine and wing anti-ice. air conditioning. So this is the thing. Currently -2 degrees. We do have a risk of frost and de-icing. Just wondering if the icing here is external or at the gate. Trying to figure out if I've ever de-iced in Gothenborg, and I don't think I have. Or if I have, it was at the gate. So we will de-ice at the gate, and because we de-ice, I want to have the air conditioning off. Reason being is that, I mean, it's not really a flight simulated off topic, but you know, real world ops and such, is that if you have fluid on the aircraft, de-icing fluid, and you take off, or de-icing fluid on the runway, it's usually ingested a little bit into the engines on takeoff run. So that way, if you have air conditioning running, you may get some of these fumes into the cabin. Now they're not really, or they're not poisonous, but you have a kind of a chemical smell, and that may alarm you know, some of the passengers. So usually what we did when we did the ice, we did a air conditioning off takeoff. So it was wet coefficient 5 and 1030, and then -3 currently. Actually, let's set -2. I'm gonna check the ATIS in a second again, because they did have a new ATIS, didn't they? So let's go request the latest ATIS again.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Twitch channel subscriber experience.
Yeah, that's Kilo here.
Could new subscribers please
Hey
make
Ted,
your way
thank you
to
so
the
much. Yeah, sorry for
first
not
cabin,
updating Nightbot.
where complimentary drinks, snacks and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
Thank you, Ted, for the 66. I know it's longer than that, Ted. Vielen Dank. Much appreciated. So we have 1031 actually now. So that's 1031, and we have -3. So I stand corrected. But to be honest, I'll just leave that in as it is, 1030. Just in case it gets a bit warmer again before we depart. 03, I'm going to go with full length in these conditions. MAC, optimum config, let's calculate that. Oh, actually, hang on, disregard. It's wet. Wet runway, calculate that again. Oh, it deleted everything, so I have to go back again. Air conditioning, so anti-ice, engine and wing on, air conditioning off. Right, now we have it. Yeah, so the idea is, if you do a de-icing procedure, what you want to do is two things. One, you want to get rid of any contaminants like frost or snow, ice, right? So you want to free the aircraft of the contaminants. And then if you have conditions like freezing fog, like snowfall, you know, that sort of stuff, so that could potentially contaminate the airframe again while you taxi out. You do a two-step procedure, so de-icing, and the second procedure would be anti-icing. And depending on the severity of the icing conditions, you would then choose type 2, type 4. If you only have to remove contaminants and there's no precipitation and no fog, freezing fog, then you just go with a de-icing, no anti-icing required, type 1. And then you know, you look at the holdover times, but you should be good for that. Thank you much, Luke, for the flowers. No, I did not, Josh. No, I didn't know that. Cool. Alrighty, so runway slope. So runway slope. Yeah, I mean, I guess. I mean, this is for flight sims. Maybe they will change that at some point if the sims have correct slopes in the sim. But for now, I think that's just a little bit too much. Cool. We're gonna have our own engine out procedure today. So let's have a look. ESGG. So we have NADP 2, and the engine up procedure is acceleration 2100, track 022, and so on. All right, so I'm happy with those values. We've got to be careful later on, though, when we get to the runway, make sure we configure the aircraft correctly. So you can see a lot of things to do, including the MEL item. So we need to concentrate when we taxi out. Yes, it is. I mean, on our Discord server, HT320. Yeah, but you can also, what you can do, you can also get the just the normal widget here, the Microsoft widget for the toolbar widget. That's what it's called. So you don't have to have the Flow Pro. Hey, nice, Jacob. I love Gothenburg. Yeah, been there many times. What a beautiful city. Hey, Marson, thank you so much. Happy to hear that you're enjoying the videos. So let's go. Performance. We're going to uplink our data. 54, 57, 59. Transition 5000. And then we do, yeah, 1480. 1480 is correct. However, the engine out is wrong. That'll be in 2100. And I'm going to go copy the flight plan. Make a quick return plan. ILS 03, no star, no via. And as long as the weather is good enough and there's no fog, we're good to return. And then lastly, fix info. Again, Echo, Sierra, Golf, Golf, 03. And then it's radial 022. 25 mile to hold. Fantastic. Cool. Alrighty, so that's that. I think we're pretty much ready to go. I'm just going to put VOR Landvetter in here. And then I think we're ready for a briefing. It's so HT320. It's in the flight sim help section. If you have issues, ping Senshai. He will help you. Johnny, 3 options. My website, you have the data there, or through our Discord server. And there, if you have to type hello in the welcome section to be admitted to our Discord. And then let me just give you the link for our Discord here. So type hello in the welcome channel, you get admitted by my mods, and then you will be able to go and find the Flight Sim Help channel, and in there you will find all the information. Yeah, Flight Sim Help, HT320. Cool, so we've done that. Okay, quick briefing, guys. So we are in an A321 with CFM engines. We have some MEL items. We'll cover that in a few seconds. Taxi out after we've de-iced the aircraft. So after we de-iced, it'll be facing south. And then taxi out probably Juliet Yankee or Kilo Yankee, full length. No hotspots. So actually there's a hotspot Delta for arriving aircraft. No, not really. That's for landing on 2-1. Outbound is not an issue today. Cool. So apart from that, our departure route, we got cleared the Sabak 3 mic, already briefed that up to 5,000 feet. The sector altitude 2,500 in 15 miles outside, 2,500, yeah, and 3,200 outside, between 15 and 25 miles. Engine out procedure, straight out 25 miles, acceleration 2,100 feet, cleanup, climb 3,000, radar vector approach back, runway 03. It will be a landing below max landing weight. Hey, Tyrogoth. HT, fantastic, thank you. Yes, I am. So I fly the 787 IRL, and I'm rated 777 as well. Yeah, Jacob, that's the thing, right? So add-on makers are busy doing other things, but I doubt that they care about slopes and so on. Cool. Now, specials, threats, specials. We have the MEL item with the left door proximity sensor fault. So forward left door, door one left. There is an operating procedure which we have to go through after engine start. There it is. So we'll do that. And then, apart from that, I think nothing else, right? Oops, where's my number 3 button? There it is. So what I want to do now, I'm going to have the icing organized. Now what I'm going to do, I am going to... There's no precipitation, there's no fog, so we are actually good with type 1. However, just in case we do get freezing fog on our way out, I'm going to go fluid type 2 on stand. And for the pushback, it will be facing southwest. So that's everything we do prior to pushback, have that organized. Cool, let's read a checklist. And then we're ready to go. Checklist. 320 normal, we'll pin that. So cockpit preparation checklist. Gear pins covers removed. Fuel quantity 6,860 kilograms. Balanced. Seatbelts. Oh, seatbelts. There we go. That's why you have checklist. Seatbelts on. ADIRS. NAV 3 times. Barrow Ref 1031 was the latest one. Is set 3 times. Cockpit preparation checklist completed. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to close the doors and have them armed. Right click on PA.
Captain crew, please arm your doors for departure, thank you.
There's Norman telling cabin crew to arm the doors. Hey Jeremiah, wie geht's? Oh, in the meantime, let me just quickly do something here. I'm going to quickly get my what is it?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good afternoon, and a very warm welcome to your flight today.
Get the Nightbot today message.
Scanwing 1508, hello, on fel. Landvetter, clear delivery över på idag. Clear Visby, Lukas 3 Mike, departure.
So commands today.
Ladies and gentlemen,
if you're interested in flying a VFR group flight today, we're doing one later on the second flight in Microsoft 2024.
Life jackets and brace position that you must adopt if you hear brace, brace. There are 2 emergency exits at the rear.
And everyone is welcome to join.
And 2 at the front of the cabin.
But please with a GA aircraft, okay?
Please be aware that your nearest exit may be behind you.
So there we go, that's now changed, and if I look today, it says, yeah, there we go.
Belt is fastened, adjusted, and released as shown.
Yes, I have prepared. I'm taking the Comanche, so looking forward to that.
And we recommend that you keep it fastened.
Cool.
At all
that's
times.
done, that's done, that's done. Now,
if the air supply
you see
fails,
here
the
now,
masks will drop from above.
that's the problem with the sensor. So the sensor is still thinking that the door is open. Now that will give us false warnings on takeoff or on taxi out. So later, after engine start, we make sure that we cancel this warning or this caution.
Around your waist. Click together and pull the strap to adjust.
So that's why we have the procedure. Good. For now, we can ignore that. And then what we're going to do is prepare the aircraft for pushback. So I'm just going to go press in it.
There is a light and whistle for attracting attention.
And that should start
We also
the
have
de-icing
flotation
process.
aids for children. Your tray table must now be stowed, armrest down.
Yes, Leon, I know about the
and
bump.
seatbelt attached.
The 787 also has the thrust bump. So to my understanding, it's to prevent the IAE engines to get fan blade fluttering. So the CFMs are not having the issue, it's the IAE engines. And there's a RPM range. It was somewhere between 56, 67% or something, where if you stay in that range for longer periods of time, so several seconds, the fan blades would start to flutter and potentially damage the engine. So you would go, and you know, after having the initial spool up to about 50% or 1.05 EPR, then oh, just make sure that we have the aircraft configured. Blimey. So good thing I know this off by heart. And if you're not so familiar with the procedure for de-icing, make sure that you read the procedure, normal procedure. You have that in there. And there they are, de-icing with type 2. Yeah, APU bleed is off. Yeah. And today, because we have APU bleed running for engine start, there is actually something to consider. So de-icing on ground, what I'm referring to is, so that's what you do, engine bleeds off, ditching push button on, that's what I've done. Now, upon completion of spraying, pitot statics check, ground equipment removed, de-icing received. Now, ditching push button off, alpha valve check open, and then there's one more thing that you have to do, and that is for APU bleed as required. So engine 1 bleed on, engine 2 bleed on.
Concentration at 50%. I am disconnecting. Good day.
And then we have to wait 5 minutes now before we're allowed to use the APU bleed again. And there's a reason for that. And that is, you can see here, lots of fluid on the fuselage. So this is trickling down, right? So this is slowly trickling down. And potentially, as long as there's a lot of fluid trickling down, you may actually ingest some into the APU bleed system. So it has air intake down here. So to prevent a contamination of the bleed system or the pack system, you wait 5 minutes. Allow initially for the excess fluid to drip off the aircraft. And so at the moment, yes, it does get warm in the cabin. What we can do though is go through the procedure really quickly. And so we've received the de-icing report. Actually, you know what? Do we have to... Yeah, there we go. So there's our report. 47 minutes holdover time.
Okay, we're clear to
so we've got to be airborne by 13:51 with the current conditions. Right, so that's that. Received messages. That's good.
Okay, look at Lima.
Here, Commander Regulus, yeah. What's the hand flying experience of the FSLabs? I like it, and I've heard many people say that as well. It's better than the Phoenix. It is. I don't know. They kept fairly secretive on what they did. I guess that's because of competition. But they've done something. I'm not a programmer. I don't know what they did, but they've done some stuff there that just makes the flight model more realistic here.
4011,
Julian, good question. I would have to test that.
Squawk 4432, information Lima valid QNH1031.
Oh, the thrust bump on the... Ah, okay. Yeah, we'll have a look at that in a minute. Let me just get through the checklist here. So ditching push button off.
4011, read back red.
Then we make sure that the valves, or the outflow valve is opening, which it is. Then we have 1 minute after completion of spraying operation, which we already have. So we put the engine 1 bleed, engine 2 bleed. It's no problem because the engines aren't running yet, so nothing happens there anyways. And then we have to wait 5 minutes until the APU bleed is allowed to be switched on. And it actually gives you a reason, right? So there's a risk of de-icing fluid ingestion by APU air intake, resulting in specific odors or smoke warnings. Therefore, keep the APU running with the APU bleed off for 5 minutes after spraying completion before setting APU bleed to on. And also consider an APU bleed off for takeoff. Now, we're not using APU bleed today anyways for takeoff, so we can disregard that, right? Normal procedure, resume. So it's 3 minutes 26. You can see it does take its time, doesn't it? So that's why we haven't really requested the pushback clearance just yet. But I'm going to do the rest of the items. So that expedites a little bit. I'm going to put this transponder on here. Can you actually open the cabin door? What do you mean, can you actually open the cabin door? Yeah, so Randon, if you find something not ideal, give them feedback. You know, go to their forum and, you know, politely phrase your feedback. And the more people, you know, putting feedback in that regard, the more likely it is that they're going to change something. No, the cockpit, so at the moment, they have not implemented the cabin yet into the cockpit area. And that is required for you to open a door and walk into the cabin. They are working on it, as they've said. Good, we've got 5 minutes almost over. Thank God for that. Let's see, anybody obstructing us? Oops. No, looking good. So I think we're good to request pushback. Let's do that. Let's dial up the sounds again. And ground again from windmill 711, stand 16, requesting push and start, please.
Windmill 711 for pushback and startup, contact Landvetter ground 121.905. Bye-bye.
Ah, perfect. Thanks for service, 121.905. Bye-bye from windmill 711. Landvetter ground, good evening from windmill 711, stand 16, requesting push and start, please.
Windmill 711, Landvetter ground, god kväll, pushback and startup approach face south.
Push start approved, facing south. Thank you, windmill 711. So there we go. Let's have a look now. See if we can get pushback. Oops. I've not de-iced yet at the gate, so hopefully that works. Connections, let's have a look. Avenger always. Always.
Due to icing conditions,
1508, contact Landvetter Tower 100.
Oh, that video. Yeah. That's a fairly old video, isn't it? A Russian 320 taking off with completely covered, you know, snow on the wings.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Is it normal for the EFB to blacken off in cold and dark? Yes. And again, to start it, you have to right-click the home button for like 5 seconds. Right-click, not left-click. Very important, right? Documents. We're going to find out chart again of the item in melt items. Operational procedures. So that was 520701 alpha. There it is. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I was shocked. And
Locking gear.
how do I have 1,400 hours? Did they take my time from SimBrief or something? So it could be, or from SimToolkit Pro. Because otherwise, then that's an error for sure. Yeah, I don't have 1,400 hours on the on Volanta. Yeah, maybe I did that. Maybe I pressed the transfer from SimToolkit Pro. Oh, really, Avenger? Okay, it popped up again today. Yeah, it's a classic, right? And still valid. Yeah, so Stefan, of course, it always depends on your in-game settings anyways, right? Level of detail, texture detail, and so on. What's happening now? Where is it? Nope.
Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start.
So, park brake release, ready for push. Before start checklist. Park brake off, takeoff speed thrust 154, 157, 159, flex 50. Windows, doors, make sure it's all closed, locked. And beacon is on. Before start checklist completed. Now, icing conditions, it's not icing conditions today, so just make sure that we wait a few seconds, let the pressure build on the right hand side. There it is to start. Hey, Gonzalo, how are you doing? Nice to see you. How are you? And JSEC, hello to you as well. Welcome. Jan, guten Abend.
Quick channel, Suntrip 612, taxi to stand 12 instead via Yankee and Golf.
Rathens, interesting.
Let's copy stand 12 via Yankee and Golf Suntrip 612.
152 Yankee pushback.
Right.
Quick chance,
engine 2 is available, starting engine 1.
Set parking brakes.
So that's the reason for the what we're going to do in a minute regarding our emergency cancel push button. Correct set. Oh yeah, and if you want to go to the wing views, you need to go showcase, show 3, and show 4, as an example. Yeah, 5, 6 also. So you have some wing views, but you can access those through the showcase views, okay? Good, engine start. Let's do the after start flows. Flaps 1. Then APU. Now, engine anti-ice, not really required. We don't have fog at the moment, so that's fine.
Yankee pushback and startup approach says they're not.
That. Now, let's do a quick...
Left is clear, right is clear.
Let's do a quick flight control check. And then we go and look at the MEL operating procedure. So full up, full down, neutral, full left, full right. Neutral, full left, full right, neutral. Waiting for the all clear signal here. There it is. So for the operating procedure now, it says after engine start, we have a false alert, emergency cancel push button press. So if you go recall, that's the message. Now we want to make sure this doesn't pop up every couple of minutes. So we press the emergency cancel, and it says cancelled caution, and on the status page it says now cancelled caution, door left forward cabin. So on this flight at least, this should not cause any more issues.
Brown, very good evening from windmill 536.
Hey, there's Ted. Nice to hear you, Ted.
Requesting push and start, please.
Good. So we're going to read the after start checklist. Anti-ice off, ecom status checked. And then we have pitch trim
536 down to the ground, good evening,
up
pushback
0.6 and rudder trim neutral, and that's the after start checklist complete.
Pushback approved and facing off at the window 536.
Yes, you can, Gillen, you can uncancel it. Windmill 711, request taxi.
Windmill 711, hold position, call you back.
Holding position, windmill 711. So how to uncancel it? Good question, Gilend. And what you do is, if I remember correctly, that is, I think you have to press recall for 5 seconds or something. And there it is. Oh, how did I remember that? How? Wow. I honestly, sometimes I amaze myself. I amaze myself sometimes. How did I remember that one? Yeah, so if you accidentally emergency, yeah, thank you. Yeah, I think that's worth an applause. I agree. I totally agree, right? So let's do that again. Cancel. Status, there it is. ProPilot. Yeah, exactly. Right, cool. So, and then before takeoff, we have to remember to push the config push button. I think that's Ted's pushing there, that's why. And even on the fast, right? No joke. And if I understand the text correctly, that blue test will not disappear if we press the takeoff config button. Organ Aviator, if another door has an issue, there will be a caution. But this door, anything related to this issue will not come up again. But then again, it's not really required, is it? Because you know, we know it's a faulty sensor there, and we manually checked that the door is closed and locked. This is I got this from Orbix, but I am a bit at a loss regarding who made the scenery.
Good evening, stand by for push.
Have we landed that? No, not yet. Almost. Yeah, so regarding the icing, so now that we have the aircraft de-iced and let's say anti-iced, we would only need to protect the engines, right? So wing anti-ice is not required on the ground because we've de-iced the aircraft and we have a holdover time. So we have a protection time also for the leading edges, right? So we would only switch on the engine anti-ice if there were conditions like, for example, water or ice or snow on the taxiways in freezing conditions.
Windmill 711, are you able to taxi in front of the other Boeing 737 in front of you?
Yes, I think we can do that, Windmill 711.
And Windmill 711 taxi to holding point runway 03 by Juliet Zulu Kilo and Yankee.
Juliet, Zulu, Kilo and Yankee, holding point 03, Windmill 711.
Cannot fire to Yankee, you wait for the helicopter in front of you.
Helicopter? Ooh. Yeah, so we say icing conditions on the ground or in air is the, on the ground, the SAT. If it's 10 degrees plus or lower, and you have visible moisture in the air or on the ground, you switch on engine anti-ice. In the air, in the climb, you would switch on the engine anti-ice again in moisture, visible moisture conditions, and with the SAT being below plus 10 or lower. And you keep that on in the climb until you reach a SAT of minus 45 degrees. And then you can switch off the engine anti-ice. Now, let me just have a quick look here. So, Yankee. So this is Zulu. That should be Yankee. Now we've got to be careful not to hit Ted. Hello, Ted. Yeah, we're fine. No aircraft there. Oh, that's the helicopter. Doesn't model match that. Okay. Then we go left, Juliet. Oh. And then we go Kilo, and then Yankee. Hey, Trollsport, wie geht's? Yeah, you would say takeoff config checked except... Well, you just say takeoff config checked.
Windmill 536 at Skok 5327.
Roger.
Windmill 536, I need a bit back, Skok 5.
Quick review of the departure procedure, straight out, waypoints, briefed, climbing 5,000, in case of engine failure, straight out, runway track, acceleration 2,100, clean up, climb 3,000.
Break. Svedmed 5960.
I love the FSLabs. It's really, really good. Right, cabin is ready. You see that here. And now we hold and press. Yeah, predictive windshield system. Hold on. That's what I forgot. So now we hold and press. And you see it does simulate that. So the test, blue test, does not go away. All right. But we hold the takeoff config button. There's no other warnings. So that's all good. So we're now good for the taxi checklist. Flight controls checked. Flap setting config 1+F. We have radar, predictive windshield system on and auto. Engine mode selector.
Windmill 711, contact lamp at the tower, 118.605. Bye bye.
18605. Thank you much. Have a good night, Windmill 711.
Can notify to Yankee same for you, lamp at the tower, 1.
So flight controls checked, flap setting config 1+F, radar, predictive windshield system on and auto. Engine mode selector normal and ECAM memo. Takeoff. No blue except takeoff config, but that was tested, confirmed. And that's the taxi checklist complete. Hey, Flopzep, hello to you.
Midvärd 5960 tillbaka, läsning korrekt, ställ upp bana 03, vänta.
Hit the helicopter? Nah.
Ställ upp 03 och vänta, Midvärd 5960. Midvärd 5960 vinden
Chris Shu, yeah, would appreciate that. Thank you. And Tom, hello. No, so Tom, it's because we have a faulty door sensor. You did watch from the beginning, so that's why we had to cancel caution according to the MEL. And it says that in the text of the MEL that you're not going to get this away. So this will remain on the checklist. So that's normal behavior. There you go. Smart cars available for 2024. It should be. I can ask Brenold. Oops, my taxi. Test. Landfetter Tower, good evening from Windmill 711 is approaching full length 03, ready for departure.
Windmill 711 Landfetter Tower, hello.
Yeah, normally I have I keep that
Windmill 711, traffic information is a Airbus helicopters 145 currently on a crosswind runway 03 is about to leave the control zone to the west.
Okay, we'll check on TCAS. Okay, we have him on the TCAS, Windmill 711.
Windmill 711, thank you. Wind 040 degrees 5 knots, runway 03, clear for takeoff, no delay, traffic on 855 knots.
Okay, copy, no delay, clear for takeoff, runway 03, traffic is on TCAS. Thank you much. Windmill 711. Lineup checklist. We have takeoff runway 03 full length, TCAS, TARA, and PAX as briefed off. And that is the lineup checklist complete. Starting chronos. Are we ready?
5 Yankee Landfetter Tower, hello.
Let's go.
Tower, hello.
Take off. Oh, that shadow. Beautiful.
Sky 7521, Landfetter Tower, hello. Continue approach, runway 03. Wind 040.
Manflex 50 SAS, runway, auto thrust blue. $100 knots. E1, rotate.
Okay, 7521, continue approach, runway 03, 1 departure.
Pause rate, gear up. Enough.
Sky 72, friction, Sky 75 to India, wind 040 degrees 5 knots.
Thrust climb, out blue, auto thrust. Have they boosted the engine sounds?
Okay, 75 to India, confirm, cleared to land down with 03.
They seem a lot louder now.
Windmill 711, contact Gothenborg approach 12460, bye.
24620, bye-bye, Windmill 711.
In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase from a selection of fresh food available today.
Swedmed 5960, då lämnar du strax min luftförhögare trafikinformation. Kan du kontakta Göteborg på SK4?
Good evening from Windmill 711, passing 3000, climbing 5000.
Windmill 0711, Sweden, correction, Gothenborg approach, identified, climb flight level 150. Hat irgendwas mit Stuttgart zu tun, 071 oder?
Nee, gar nichts damit zu tun. Climbing 150, Windmill 711. That's the first time.
Hab mir gedacht.
Kein Problem. I've never heard that one before. Yeah. Stuttgart 711.
Och Sigurd Dalapetter, då ska vi gå in i landningskontrollzonen via Hindås och begära frekvensbyte.
Right, we're still on flaps 1 because we have a speed restriction 210.
Om du är elus så behöver inte den bevillningen eller det godkännandet, men bra att säga till.
Ja, jag var osäker fråga. Tack så mycket. Sigurd Dalapetter.
Bättre fråga än inte, det är bra.
Right, and I was surprised he's talking so well German. Right, standard set. Stoffer, hello to you. Stoffer, I remember, yes, your home city, Bergen. I've been to Bergen like 3 or 4 times, and once I had my wife with me. Oh, that's beautiful. And we had sunshine. There we go. Flaps 0. Speed check. Flaps 0. We even had a little boat ride in the fjord. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Exactly. So Fernando, we have a virtual airline, and the call sign is windmill. And the airline is called One Engine Out Airline. It was just a joke back then, but oh, look at that. We've got it is recognized as a virtual airline, so I'm happy. Look at that. Beautiful. Sensitivity exactly as on the manual.
Windmill Stuttgart. Contact speed and control 132765. Schönen Abend. Mach's gut.
Vielen Dank. 132765. Und ja, der Deutsch ist sehr, sehr gut. Vielen Dank. Tschüss, die Windmill 711.
Danke. Ich habe 5 Jahre in Stuttgart gewohnt, deswegen ist mir das besonders aufgefallen mit den Postleitzahlen.
Ah, verstehe. Okay, Dankeschön. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss. Cool.
Ja, Postleitzahl, was sage ich? Telefonnummer, oder?
Genau. Telefonnummer ist mal. Cool. That's nice. So he just said he lived in Stuttgart for several years.
462, welcome back.
It is Stoffer, yeah. It is a rare sight. So I see myself being very lucky. So that is now 3-2, and that is Copenhagen Control. Good evening from Windmill 711, just passing level 106, climbing 150.
Windmill 711, hello, Sweden, identify, climb flight level 340.
Thank you, climb level 340, Windmill 711. 340 blue. Now we're passing 10,000. Always a couple of things to do when you're passing 10,000 feet here. First of all, clear RATNAV. Secondary, copy the active plan. Fix info, delete or clear. And then lastly, didn't hit the middle button there, and then seatbelts off, and that's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, take full advantage of your tax-free allowance.
Yeah, so Tom, flight model, my humble opinion, is better than in Phoenix, and I've heard from people that have flown the FSLabs now, they say the same. So they do feel a nice difference to the Phoenix flight model. So yeah, I have to make a command or maybe a video explaining why or what the difference is to the Phoenix. So the Phoenix, or let's put it this way, that the FSLabs has some additional new features regarding flight simulation. So FSLabs have always tried to implement things that are in the real aircraft and you know, then help you simulate real-world flight more closely. So for me, the biggest addition, and I've been missing that for a very long time, is even though the MADOC MD82 has it, but I've never used it there, but we have now a technical logbook. So this represents pretty much real-world faults and issues that you run into over time. And usually these are the smaller issues. And you can adapt your settings. So service-based failures. You can use MTBF, meaning mean time between failures, to normal, meaning if you select MTBF, you will have real-world statistically a system fail somehow. And the failure mode is the more in-flight failure stuff. and you can have none. So let's say you're flying on a VATSIM event and you don't want to be disturbed by any failures, put that to none. You can have minor faults or all faults. And all faults obviously including engine failure and so on. But again, this is simulated realistically if you put that on MTBF. If you put that to higher values like I have, you have a higher likelihood of running into bigger issues. All right, so the reason why I like this is because this is actually resembling the real world operations. You know, the first thing that we pilots do when we get into the flight deck, especially the captain, is we check the technical logbook. Why? Well, an aircraft like the A320 series, these aircraft are complex. There is thousands of parts in there, and many of them have a tendency over time to fail. Good thing is, normally we have plenty of backups, right? So there's always redundancy.
711, climb flight level 360.
Thank you very much. Climb level 360, windmill 711. So there's enough redundancy, which means if one of the system has an issue, like today, for example, we have a door forward left cabin door sensor fault, we can still depart. However, because the underlying system may have some other effects on other systems, there's a need to document this in what's called a minimum equipment list, MEL. And the FSLabs gives you that, right? Not all the stuff, but a lot of different failures, a lot of different faults that can come up. And so you have to deal with these things if you want. You can switch them off if you don't like these. Switch them off. You don't have to worry about those. But again, we talk about differences to the Phoenix, and this is one of the great new additions in my opinion. And for the real pilots, again, we spend a lot of time when we get to the aircraft looking at the technical state of the aircraft, and honestly, rarely, really very, very rarely would you get an aircraft that has nothing written as open items in the technical logbook. Usually, you will always have something in there. Hey, good night, Lilo. Oh yes, you're flying at the A220, Lilo. Have a good flight. Have a great holiday. Stay safe. See you soon. Yes, so terrain ahead. So if you take an airframe, like I've taken the Lufthansa Romeo Yankee, which is about 23 years old or something, the likelihood of something happening, breaking, is greater. What's this then? Hang on. So that way, you know, depending on the aircraft type that you have, the build number, so depending how old the aircraft is, the airframe is, the different the failures behave. Right. So this is what I mean with some new things that haven't been there before, and again, if you don't care about these things, well, don't worry about it. All right. Second thing is the flight model. Much improved compared to the Phoenix, and it's not just me saying that, but that's something I felt immediately. And you will notice that in the flare of the aircraft. So the rotation of the aircraft and the flare of the aircraft. And that's something that really I've been missing.
711, contact Polaris 127.250.
27250. Thank you very much, Windmill 711. Good night.
Scandinavian 4.
So let's have a look. Do they have ATIS as a CBDLC? They don't. Okay. How to change the color of the PFD? I've not changed it.
Qatar 786, descend now to 5,000 feet.
I mean, it's brightness maybe, but I've not changed the colors of the PFD. Corey, yeah, have you checked the forums, Corey? Hang on, let me just have help you out with that. Polaris, good evening from Windmill 711. We're passing 262, climbing to flight level 360.
Windmill 711 Polaris, hello, roger. Able to climb to flight level 370 due traffic crossing.
Windmill 711. Yes, we can.
Okay, roger. I'll keep that in mind. Just come to 360 for now, and I'll let you know. Worst case scenario, just be a turn slightly to the left.
Okay, that's copied. Climbing, maintain level 360, Windmill 711. Let me put that over here. So, some asked because I guess then the FSLabs control center isn't running.
Qatar 786, descend to 4,000 feet. Cleared, ILS 01 right.
It should load automatically when you start the sim, just like with Phoenix, for example. It should be in the Microsoft Executor file, or like FSUIPC. It should start automatically.
Jetman 12 Alpha, contact Sweden 132.765.
Sweden on 132.765.
Yeah, let me quickly ask one of the devs.
Polaris school captain 370 inbound Pushback.
Last station, second.
No, it's a setting. So transport in the control center, you can select
first Scandinavian 832. Apologize for
the standard mouse control or the Microsoft mouse control.
Airflag of 03 Scandinavian 832.
Scandinavian 146, hello. Cleared Ripam 3 Lima, arrival, landing 01 right.
Ripam 3 Lima, 01 right.
Scandinavian 812, cleared Ripam 3 Lima, arrival, landing 01 right.
Okay, so Kilo Skies, thank you so much. I got your message. I will reply to that tomorrow, okay?
Too short for not to respond the first time.
Or I'm just going to ask the devs.
Windmill 711, you can disregard my request of further climb, clear direct PSUD and maintain flight level 360.
Fantastic. Maintaining flight level 360 and direct to Peso. Thank you, Windmill 711.
World travel 3313, contact Copenhagen,
Peso 360, fantastic, right.
485.
136, 485, forward, 3313, bye-bye.
KLM 146 Mike, contact Copenhagen 136.485.
136, 485, KLM 146 Mike, thanks.
Ha det.
So I've just asked one of the devs, hope I can answer quickly regarding install or not finding the sim.
Polaris control, Scandinavian 832, airborne 32.
Yeah, secondary flight plan, as you would expect.
Scandinavian 832, Polaris side.
So what I can do here, I can actually
climb to flight level 250, Scandinavian 832.
Okay, so the answer is, that's a very quick answer again. So the answer is for those that have issues where the installer doesn't find the sim,
Sorry, 786, contact tower,
that you contact support with a ticket, and then they will ask you to enter or add your log file for the installer in that, and that way they can see what's going wrong with the installation.
Coming in 462 with you, passing through with 2
Gothenburg 462 identified. Cleared
yeah, so what we can do,
Lima arrival, descend, flight level 120.
what we can do is just go and change that to 3.5. So let's say we don't know exactly yet which approach we're going to get.
Apologies, flight level 120, Scandinavian 462.
So on the secondary flight plan, I have 3.5 now, while on the primary flight plan, I have runway 17. So that's something you can do. Now, what you could also do, you could already in the secondary flight plan, so let's say you have very short sectors, you could actually on the secondary flight plan already enter your next flight plan for the next leg. That does work. So sorry, yeah, so those that don't understand the differences between the abbreviations. So this is the A321 SL Sharklet with CFM engines. CFM. You have 4 different versions. So this is one of them. You have another version with CFM engines, but with little wingtip fences, WTF. So not the Sharklets, little wingtip fences, WTF, wingtip fence. Then you have the Sharklet and the wingtip fence, each with the IAE engines. So that's a different engine manufacturer. And the IAE engines are longer, a bit thinner, a bit longer. That's how you recognize them. And in the cockpit, you will not see N1 as your primary power setting indication. You will have the EPR, engine pressure ratio indication. Oh, Flockzap, I'm fasting. Don't talk about food, please. Oh, did you hear that, Voyager? What you hearing my wife making her salad? Yeah. Yeah, 1,000 feet to go. Oh, look at that. That's why I wanted to go daytime, guys. Exactly.
Launch control, a very good evening.
For that reason.
Windmill 566.
Because of the views. How brilliant.
For 320.
How beautiful.
Windmill 536, Polaris, good evening. Roger.
Hey, Jeremiah. Yeah. Jeremiah, what are you taking today on the VFR flight?
Scandinavian 031, no further ATC available. Unicom on 122.8. God kväll.
Unicom 122.8 for 021. Tack för hjälpen, ha det bra.
Hej då. Scandinavian 832, clear direct Nosla for straight in 01 right.
Direct Nosla and direct in for 01 right, Scandinavian 82.
Scandinavian 146, clear direct Roxim.
Direct Roxim, Scandinavian 146.
Scandinavian 462, clear direct Nosla.
Yeah, Charles. Well, they said they are planning to release a Neo.
Controller. Windmill 536.
Another screenshot.
Windmill 536, Polaris.
So, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Will we,
I'm not sure about the longer range, or I don't know. They have not communicated anything in that regard.
My apologies. Climb to flight level 360.
But again,
okay, climb flight level 360. Thank you from the Windmill 536.
Scandinavian 52 Yankee. Were you
and the thing is, when people ask, you know, so what's the point of bringing another A321 into the flight sim? Well,
Scandinavian 52 Yankee,
the thing is that FSLabs needed some time to get an aircraft into Microsoft Flight Sim. So the decision was made late, and then it took them time, obviously, to make sure that. And I've talked about this on my streams previously when I was skeptical about the FSLabs bring an aircraft to Microsoft Flight Sim? Because I said they have a reputation for making really, really good add-ons, extremely highly detailed add-ons.
We're on decimal 71 speed restriction.
If you bring an aircraft into this and you have issues like Aerosoft A330, let's say,
windmill 536 due to
that's it. You're going to put yourself way outside the league, and you're going to have problems with further products. So it's really important they get an aircraft into Microsoft Flight Sim that is the known high quality.
Roger, are you happy to maintain?
And then once that works, then they can go on develop other add-ons. And I really do hope they make other add-ons, because even though Phoenix is good, PMG is good, none of them are excellent. That's the thing, right? They are okay, they're nice add-ons. But there's things there that even the normal flight simmers, so even those that don't fly for too long, they realize, hey, this behaves weird on landing, etc. Right? Or so I think it's a good thing that we have some competition.
When ready, descend flight level 250.
Descent flight level 250.
Yeah, and Ben, that's exactly what I said as well. Is that I'm not going to recommend any add-on. Right? I can tell you that an add-on is good, but I will never recommend an add-on for anyone here.
Windmill 711, when ready, descend flight level 320.
When ready, descend level 320, windmill 711. So, no, the FSLabs not perfect. That's not what I said. But I said the FSLabs is better in many regards. It is just more detailed. So, yeah, that's why I think it's a good thing. It'll pressure other add-on makers to make sure that they improve their add-ons as well.
Windmill 536, clear direct clear.
So regarding the bump, okay, so there was a hidden button behind the flap here, and that is something where you could push it on takeoff and get some extra takeoff power, and that's what they call bump for takeoff. Yeah. So they removed that at some point, and now it's in discussion that they bring it back. That's what I understand now. Okay, so they think about bringing this feature back in the Airbus. Yeah. Yeah, I guess, the bump can help you with, in certain situations where you just need that extra power. Right. In rare cases, that is. So I'm just seeing Bergen has ground, but no tower. Let me have a look at the ATIS in Bergen really quickly. But again, that happens really, really rarely. And I think it could make sense for aircraft that operate at high altitude, that have, an A321 that is, that need the extra power from time to time.
Descend flight level 120.
Hello, good evening. Nicolas, I do miss the odd radio call. I'm not perfect in that regard. So I'm just going to get the received message in here. So ATIS information Sierra.
Down 454, thank you, and keep up the speed to be number 1.
So we're lucky. No fog. That's nice. A few clouds, 700, scattered 1400, broken 79.
Scandinavian 832,
0.
Descend flight level 120.
Let me already enter that in here. So 0 degrees. Wind on the ground is calm. Variable. So variable 2 knots. I always put 000 for variable, so I know it's variable. And then QNH 1032. Put it in there. And it's runway. Oh, what's a runway? Yeah, 17. Okay, transition level is 75. And we're going to do.
462,
let's see if we can do a flat 3 landing, shall we?
1032.
Descend 7000 feet,
yeah, we've got a few more seconds before we start descent.
Scandinavian 52 Yankee, when ready, descend flight level 320.
Well, Adam, the thing is this. So you know, with Phoenix, right? They tell you something that they can't, simulate certain things because of this and that, and then they have to make their own engine model outside. They have to make their own flight model outside, right? So we have to believe them, right? And then another add-on maker comes out and says, no, we don't need to do that, right? We've got some other means of adapting.
How long do you request AFK?
And
AFK for 5 minutes and the repower for Lima arrives.
70.8.
Qatari 8443, thank you, report back.
And and then you find out, hey, they're right. The aircraft flies nicely. And
Windmill 711, no further ATC available. Monitor advisory 122.8.
Thank you so much. 122.8, Windmill 711. Good evening.
Good evening.
Very nice. Okay, so let's start descend here. Push on that. Thrust idle descent out blue 320. Now, for me personally, as a customer, I don't really care what the issue is to get fuel flow correct, thrust correct, the flight model correct. All I care about is that it's accurate, that the aircraft handles as you would expect. And so that's what I care about. Yeah, so right now what I've heard the issue with Microsoft 2024 is, and the development there, is that add-on makers that try to get their aircraft into the sim, there is either no or some very bad debugging software, which the add-on makers need to, as the name says, debug their software and understand what's causing issues. And then the software development kit apparently is also garbage. So that's what's causing issues right now. Bergen. There we go. Alrighty, so Bergen. So we have a runway available 2,550 meters. Here it says 2,721. So I think with display threshold 2,550. And we want to vacate via, let me just check where we're going to vacate. Oops. So landing this way, Alpha 6, 60, that's, Alpha 7, 2,000 meters, okay, better. And Alpha 8, 2,400 meters, okay. So config 3, auto brake medium, that would be a combination, sorry, auto brake low, 2,800 meters. So again, we're a bit limited regarding the runway length. Heavy 321. So I think auto brake medium will be better. But because auto brake medium, it does make more sense to go with config full. So let's try that. 2.6. Yeah. So we have to take medium. Okay, so we'll take auto brake medium with config full. That's just the way it goes. That's how we do in real life. So we'll put that in. So medium, config full. Alrighty. So then next thing, minimums. So we're preparing for a Cat 1 approach. And there we have a minimum category Charlie 370 feet. 320, we'll descend down to level 80 now. So we have descend out blue 80. On path. Yes, Peter, but that's the thing, right? So people ask me here on the stream regularly, you know, does this fly like or behave like the real aircraft? Right? How close is this field to the real aircraft? And then you can say, well, maybe not perfect, but the FSLabs is definitely closer than the Phoenix. Charles, exactly like they put on their manual. So the add-on comes with a manual regarding setup, controller setup. So I've used that. So the throttles will be calibrated under options in here, then controls, and then you go thrust levers, flaps. So here you would have 1 lever, 2 levers regarding how many levers you have. Detent zones, and then calibrate. You can do that through here. Have you tried the new Lido charts? Yeah, but they're not. The thing is with the Lido charts, they're not bad. They're just incomplete. And again, look at the scenery. Love it. Beautiful. Some detailed information is missing. For example, when to contact, you know, departure control. So some of the text that you normally have explaining what to do on departure, that is missing. Yeah, but in real life, they are complete. Right, let me just quickly find one. In the meantime, who knows? Maybe they've changed something. Let me just find something here. So here. Maybe I've just not found. So you have your departure routes, okay? Where is the explanation? Where's the text? Is that in the in MSFS? I've not looked there yet. Is it? Do you get the SID text description in there? Because that's missing. That's really important. Hey Samurai, good evening. Yeah, Christmas soon. Yeah. Florian, currently not. But what I use is -3%. Oh, it's just beautiful. Look at that. Do I have a calibrate? No. Okay, I can do that maybe after landing if you stick around. Remind me again once we've docked. Yeah, that's the thing, MD. You see what I mean with. You know, it's nice to have some free charts in there, and that's fine. It's just incomplete. That's the issue. Does it calculate the final descent point like the real one? The normal final approach mode? Has the Phoenix got issues with that? I think the Phoenix did that as well, didn't it? Hey, mathematics, how are you? Yeah. So the thing is, the question is if you can take over those from P3D. That's the question. Right, didn't really do a fuel check, did we? Now we are expected to arrive with 4 tons of fuel, and min diversion is fuel is 2.5. So we have 1.5 extra. which means that's about 30 minutes extra fuel. No threats. So we're going to fly via the arrival routing. Depending on traffic, we may shortcut. Checking that's just Bergen ground. So we are arriving via start via the 3 November. So restrictions, Bravo Romeo 627 between 8 and 13, that's what we have. Then we've got Bravo Romeo 624 between 8 and 6 with max to 20 knots. 68 to 20 knots, correct. Then Lutif, 220 knots between 8 and 6 still. Correct, 220 knots. And then we go 623, 622, 621, 620, and then to Gilva. But again, we may shortcut at any point depending on the traffic there. And then we fly the ILS approach. 17, descent point out of 2,400, 7.1 DME from the ILS. DME, 3-degree profile, minimum 370, missed approach. Straight ahead, passing 2,000, proceed to radial 170, Fox Lima Sierra to Unsil. And continue climb 3,000, enter hold there. Cool. So let me just enter Fox Lima Sierra in here. Excellent. Time to so simply put, Phoenix, I would agree, visuals on the Phoenix are still a little bit better. The sounds, I think, are better with regards to what simmers want to hear. Not that it's more realistic, but that's what simmers want to hear with the balance of the sounds. But you know, system-wise, so the flight model definitely better here in the FSLabs, and also look at that, that's just amazing. And hey, good evening, Yanis and Oggy. Hello to you. Yes, later, Oggy. So right now we're flying in Microsoft 2020, and then later we've got 2024. The sounds aren't bad in the FSLabs. I think they just put it to more realistic levels, and that's what's causing issues with flight simmers, because they want to hear the engines unrealistically bassy and unrealistically loud in the flight deck. So that's the thing. But anyways, so yeah, system-wise, the FSLabs has come with some new stuff. So simulation also of the technical logbook, the simulation of icing, the integration with GSX is much better here in the FSLabs. So. And no, the thing is, I'm not really going to buy anything new for Microsoft 2020 in the sense, you know, any add-ons. So the FSLabs is for 2020, but the add-on is free for the upgrade. So there's a free upgrade to Microsoft 2024. So when you buy the FSLabs for 2020, you get a free upgrade once it's available to Microsoft 2024. So that's why you can buy the FSLabs for 2020 without any loss. Yes, custom waypoints. So you can do lots of stuff with custom waypoints, custom routes. Yeah, it's all there. Waypoints, right? So right. Let's put ENBR. So 17. So actually, let's do 3. No, let's do 17. 17. Let's do an extended center line. So place. Then bearing is going to be opposite to what we have here. So 350. And let's do 10 miles. Store. So now that's stored. Bergen 01. We're going to go to fixed page. Put that in there. And then you will see that point now on 10 miles final. There it is, Bergen 01. So you can make your own patterns if you want. I've demonstrated that many times, especially when flying to, was it TVAT? Yeah, I think TVAT is where I demonstrated it mostly. So Leonidas, that's the thing. So right now, oh, it's just amazing. Wow. Where were we? I'm lost for words because I'm enjoying the views here. Where were we? Cabin sounds. Yeah, cabin sounds. So right now they're still working on the cabin. So the cabin isn't integrated in the sense that you can have wing views which are available through the showcase menu, but they're not through the cockpit menu. And that's what they're working on right now. Yes, they are. So anything you enter with routings, with waypoints, they are stored until you delete them. So if you go to your init page, so data init, hang on, data aircraft status page, sorry, you will see here now stored waypoints, right? And those will remain until you delete them. Oh, look at this. Yeah, so that's the reason why we have to maintain these minimum altitudes. Yeah, again, it's just amazing how far flight simulation has come. To sit here, so I am not worried retiring next year because I can still have this. And with MSFS 2024, apparently it's even better, So, I mean, best of all worlds, really. Nice, Grain, yeah. Have a great, wonderful Christmas time then. Really? Plane fit? Your house is a couple of miles south here. How beautiful. I envy you guys. What a beautiful place to live on. Yeah, so I've been to Stavanger, I've been to Bergen, I've been to Oslo, I've been to... hang on, I've been to, I think that was a one night stop in Tromsø, I think I had as well, a long time ago on the 737. But that was a short stop, unfortunately. Permanent streaming, yeah. Yeah, chat, and the thing is that obviously it's one of, you know, that's why I don't make recommendations regarding add-ons. I can showcase things. I can talk about what my opinion is regarding the pros and cons. But in the end, I don't know what your preferences are. So where you emphasize things. And that's where you have to decide, right? So look at this. So now we have Alt Magenta because we have some restrictions. I'll dialed in 3000. And we're just going to fly this initially with managed mode. So it will level off. So let me just check the that's 1032. Yep. Just make sure that we have the correct. Yeah, 1032 is correct. Where's my star? I thought I pinned my star. Didn't I pin the star? Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, there it is. Perfect. All right. Before we read a checklist, let me just enjoy the views one more time. Yes, mathematics, next flight. So not today, but next stream, we're going to fly to Tromsø. So we're doing the European tour here in the FSLabs. So I made up my tour. So, but yeah, next stop is going to be Tromsø after Bergen. So. Bergen traffic, windmill 711, over at Bravo Romeo 624. We're going to be shortcutted to Gilva for the ILS 17 approach in Bergen. Any traffic around? I guess that means no. 1219 later on for ground, but he's not responsible here for the approach or the landing clearance. So I'm just going to do that in here. Now it has slowed down to green dot, which is fine. But what I'm going to do now is just shortcut to Gilva. And now it's going to be descent out magenta 4000, because that's the next restriction on the arrival routing. Now it says we're a little bit high. 10 miles, 3,000 feet now. We should be fine. So there's no need for speed brakes. Is a Concorde? Ted, are you taking the Concorde? No, you did not, did you? Hey, Rui. Yes, terrain ahead. I think it's not a bad idea, and maybe I will do that next time. Nope. These fjords, beautiful. I remember the boat tour we did around the fjords, so beautiful. So my experience upgrade your life is it has the same performance as the Phoenix. You have some people saying it's better than the Phoenix. There's actually a Concorde. Well, he has to make way then, because I'm ahead of him. I'm not making way for the Concorde that's behind me. That's his fault for taking Concorde. Alt constraint, star, descent blue. So now the approach phase will activate automatically. It's okay. So this is one thing, one bug. I think that should then either be white or gone. I think it should be white. It already has activated it. Sunset arrival into Bergen. Amazing. Ah, 737, okay. Air France, really? Okay. So, let me put flaps 1, speed checked. Flaps, oops. Flaps on. Right, we got status. Now, this is what it said in the MEL. Max flight level because of that door thing, so we can ignore that. It's checked. Just put some floodlights on here. Sunset approach again. How beautiful. What a timing. I don't know how I do it. It's difficult to judge because right now in the sim it's actually not that late. It's 14:22 UTC, which probably is local here as well, Norway, right? So you see how early it gets dark in December. Right, so this should be Bergen town. This is Bergen downtown, and the airport is over here. So it's super. It's lucky every time, right? Oh. A330 told us. It's not a bad add-on, but I think knowing flight simmers criticize certain things with sounds and textures, if you're one of those people that get upset with textures that are not 100% correct, and you know, then I can say maybe you're not going to be happy with it. But otherwise, it flies. You know, system-wise, it flies nicely. So vertical speed out blue, 2,400. As we go around the corner here, enjoying the beautiful sunset. Samurai says, complete darkness 24 hours a day for a few months here in northern Norway. Yeah, but very northern, right? And again, here's Bergen downtown. Flaps 2, speed is checked. Flaps 2. And there's the runway. Bergen traffic, wind 711 is on a 8-mile final, runway 17 in Bergen. Oh, a little bit turbulence or weather injection again. Thank you very much for that. Good, so let's press the approach button here. We got glide slope, lock blue, cat 3 dual, autopilot 1+2. Just gonna go capture that lock star. Out, star out.
2000.
And then glide slope star at 6.8, 7.1. That sounds good. 3,000 missed approach set. Okay, it's coming down. Yeah, now it's getting a little bit Mars red. So this is one of the very few daytime or time in a day where you have that kind of Martian red colors. A bit too much in my opinion, but there we go. Flaps 3, speed is checked. Flaps 3, speed managed. Spoilers arm. Oh my god. Sorry, Norman. You gotta hurry up. Oh. That's what happens when you talk too much, right? Checklists. And if you don't reach checklist, that also happens when you don't reach a checklist. So, approach bar ref is 1032. Seatbelts on minimum, bar row 370. Auto brake medium. And flaps full, speed check, flaps full. And engine mode select. Engine mode selector is normal, and that's the approach checklist complete. Landing checklist. Eco memory landing no blue. Manual thrust. Manual flight. So let's see if we can continue our lucky streak regarding landing rates. So the last landings were all very nice. Here's this Mordor. So just a little bit faster. Wind 3 knots from the left.
500.
It's getting
100 above.
That's correct.
300.
Tad lower, correct.
200. Minimum.
Continue.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
Oh, that's a bit harder. Right, spoilers. Reverse green diesel. I'm going to be interested to see how that registered, at what landing rate that registered. Manual brakes. Auto brakes off. Switched over to ground. Let me have a look now. So 10 knots for sharp turn. You shouldn't do any faster than that. Prevent a nose gear from scrubbing. Bergen ground. A very good evening from Windmill 711, just vacating 17.
Windmill 711, Flesland ground. Hello, are you an airliner or cargo?
We're an airliner.
Windmill 711, taxi to stand 25 via Yankee and Foxtrot.
Yankee Foxtrot stand 25. Thank you much, Windmill 711. So let me quickly have a look here. Yankee Foxtrot. So we are going to go to the right here. And 25 is there, but we have to go... Bump for takeoff, bump for landing, yeah. Would you recommend now? So, again, it's difficult to recommend things. I would say I am enjoying this for the immersion. Now, the stick itself is made of plastic. It's strong plastic, but it's not metal. So, if you're saying, oh, that's unrealistic, don't like it, well, then I can't help you with that. So before we actually roll into the parking spot, let me just show you something here. So we go to MCU menu, ATSU, AOC menu. I'm going to enter the parking gate here, 25. And that should initialize automatically GSX. And it did. How cool is that? With docking system available, lights off. That's what I mean with you know, a well thought through GSX integration. What? Oh, is the profile wrong? Yeah, I have a feeling that the profile which I downloaded is wrong. That's a shame. So now I have to do this manually. Right, we'll do that here. So APU is available. Lead on.
Hello, black box.
Hey, Brenold. And I'm on time. How about that? Yeah, so again, I can only say it feels nice to fly. I really enjoy it. And so there we go. Now you see the status page. Let's have a look. Ah, no, it's still there. So what we do now is press recall for 5 seconds to get that back on top. Fantastic. Cool. Beacon off, seatbelts off. What's the name of the tablet thing on your plane? Huh? This, the EFB? Electronic flight bag? I mean, that comes with the add-on. Transponder. Cool. So let's check. Did we forget anything? After landing checklist, radar, predictive mission system was off. Park and brake shocks.
4730, on ground, hello, taxi to
I love it how they knock on the aircraft to tell you that the ground power is connected. Hey, Keiki. So then we've got engines off and fuel pumps off, and that's the parking checklist complete. Right, there's a question regarding thrust lever calibration. So options, controls, thrust levers. then you have options for 1 lever or 2 levers. Now I have 2 levers on the Bravo throttle quadrant, but I don't use reverse on the stick. So what I have is those flaps on my thrust levers. They lift the handles, and as long as I have them lifted, it will increase the reverse thrust. I mean, that's an Airbus or that's a Microsoft thing. So, and then detent zones.
Hello, taxi to stand 23 via Golf and Mike.
Is that the Concorde? And then there's Ted, I think, in the final. Yeah, it is a Concorde right there.
Air France 4730, there's no VATSIM traffic on stand 27, you can take stand 28, no worries.
Ted, where are you? I don't see you on VATSIM. Yeah, so the landing flare here is much better. It's not just me saying that. It's a lot of people that have bought the FSLabs now and would say, yeah, it just feels hand flies better. Wrong fly. Okay, so what you do is yeah, so what you do, you move the thrust levers, okay? So let's say number 1. Then on wherever your hardware position is on the thrust lever regarding climb, you read that off here. You see, it tells you the number. So again, right, idle, -1. Now I'm in the climb notch, 0.335. So what I did, just to get a little bit of buffer in there, I put in 0.28 / 0.35 and put that in there. Then I put the thrust lever to the flex MCT notch on my hardware. Now I've got 0.067 and I put the range 0.60, 0.69, and again put that in there. Toga, right, is there at 1. So that's how I did the thrust lever 1. So to get to thrust lever number 2, just press the right button. Now I'm on lever 2, and I can simply copy from 1. And then it takes over the values that I've had on 1. That's how you calibrate the thrust levers here. Yes, Ocean, yeah, definitely. Kalium, thank you. Oh yeah, talking about flare. Let me just have a look here what my landing rate was. So tech logbook, there's nothing new that we have to consider. And so for the landing rates, flight history. Oh, that will tell us next time. So we have to wait until next flight until we get the landing rate from this landing. But I would guess 270 to 80 landing rate, somewhere in that region, maybe even -300. Wasn't the best landing. Oh, Volanta will tell me. Hang on. Where do I find it on Volanta? Statistics. Hang on. Where did I see that? Flying Wolf. Let's review the reverse visual is level 1, but both sides from the motions. Stepke right now doesn't work, does it? Oh, I can. Hang on. How about over landing? What? Where's the landing? Where's the landing icon? Ah. Lol, okay, it says -217. Thank you guys. I didn't know that. Not that bad actually. Not that bad. And it wasn't a long flare either, right? It was a nice landing. And this is the nice thing about the FSLabs. It doesn't float. Right? So you have to do the brake, and then continue to do little inputs, nose inputs, to keep the nose from slamming down. Really, just like the real aircraft. Very minute inputs, kind of finesse the landing touchdown. Where is Ted? He's not here. Yeah, so that's how it does that nicely. Yeah, the Phoenix floats like crazy. That's the thing, and a lot of people complain about that. Oh, there's a helicopter. Lovely, lovely animation there. But that's from the scenery. That's not.
Clicking the ground. Very good evening from 10536. Just located runway 17.
Where is he?
Windmill 536.
He's not there for me.
Down below. Taxi to stand 27 via Echo.
Was that stand 27 by Echo for Windmill 536?
Is he below the ground or something? Oh, there he is. Sorry, okay. Ted. Sorry, there you are, right below me. Apologies. Thanks, Ted, for flying along. I'm sorry I missed your landing there. So, regarding the reverser, let's just turn on the yellow ILIC pump, and then there's a little trick here. We're going to go to the maintenance panel, and we are going to put the blue override on. Then the PTU will run. I guess that's just a light animation that's not working, maybe. Let's check that we have all. We need left and right, so green and yellow system working, which we have. Now let's open the reversers. So both reversers open. Well, it didn't open, did they? Maybe the FAR deck prevents that from opening right now, so I can't show you here right now, I'm afraid. Hey Thomas, fantastic. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. That's really, really kind. Thank you so much for the support. I will be back very soon with another flight in the FSLabs. I'm going to fly from Bergen here to Tromsø. Let me have a quick look. Although I just want to go in and quickly whiz towards downtown, daytime. See how that, oops. Hang on. How they modeled that. Yeah, Grain, thank you so much. Yeah, the approach was beautiful. What a beautiful country. Yeah, the Bergen sign is nice as well, right? Hey, Kilo Skies, once again, thank you for a message, Kilo Skies. I will answer you tomorrow if that's okay. And maybe we can even have voice chat if you want at some time. Maybe easier to voice chat, actually. Yeah, Stepke, if you remind me next time, Stepke, I'll have a look. I'll check next time. So there's a peak over here. You can go and take a cable car to. But the more beautiful spot to look down over the city. Now, I don't have any city add-ons, unfortunately, for Bergen. But there's a beautiful spot. You can actually walk up here. But there's also a tram that goes up here. And then, obviously, this area, so the harbor area. Yeah, it doesn't do it justice. I would need to add maybe a proper scenery for that. But, I mean, this is beautiful. The only problem It's about 200 days of rain per year. So they have a lot more rainy days than sunny days. But that's just the way it is. Guys, thank you so much. If you want to see a VFR flight, we're going on a VFR flight from Salzburg. We're doing 2 or 3 little flights around the Alps. I'll take the Comanche, and we'll do this in Microsoft 2024. So, interested to see how that goes. Give me 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I'll be back again in Microsoft 2024. Thank you so much, my dear moderators. As always, thank you for your help. Thank you for the support, guys, everyone. Stay safe, and then see you soon. Good night.